Hey everybody, welcome back to Real Country. Today we're doing a project that I really like to do. I'm going to take something I already own. I'm going to turn it over and upcycle it to use it in future decor. I'm starting with this wall art from Walmart. This is the first time I've ever used it. I'm using some chalk paint in crimson and also in ink and also some Mod Podge. This is a sign that I picked up from LTD Commodities, and I have it currently in my decor for my fall coffee bar, and we're going to turn it over and we're going to reuse it for the winter season. So as I mentioned, I have had this up in my coffee bar for fall, and I love the size of it. I hang it with command strips, and when it came, it did not have this twine around it, but you know, I'm a country farmhouse girl, and if it doesn't have twine on it, I mean, is it really country farmhouse? I'll let you decide. Let me know in the comments below if you think so. So what I've done though is I've just loosely wrapped it around because I knew I was going to try to do another project like this and I wanted it to be easily removed. And so I hung this with those command strips, and what I'm going to do is remove those, even though I still have 2 weeks to go when I'm recording this. I have 2 weeks to go for my fall coffee bar. I want to go ahead and get a jump on it so that when I'm ready to do my winter coffee bar, this sign will be complete. So we're going to turn that over and we're going to use this decal here to decorate the back for winter. Now, I liked the saying on it. It says warm winter wishes, and it's in foil, which I'm not a big foil fan, honestly, but when I was at Walmart, I really couldn't find anything in any other font that I liked, so I thought I would go with this. And I went ahead and did a swatch of paint colors because I wasn't sure if I wanted a red sign or a black sign, but my winter decor on my coffee bar does have black, also red, tones of, you know, grays and white, so I knew one way or the other this would work out. And I'll tell you, you need to be careful with these Walmart decals because I noticed as I was taking everything apart, and I did cut out the words, but I'm also going to use some of those snowflakes on this sign. Had I known, I would have taken this back and switched it out for another one because when they cut these, they weren't cut all that well. I'm going to show you here. I removed the snowflake, but part of the snowflake stayed on the paper, so it was cut weird and differently and not correctly, so just be mindful of that. But I like the way that that snowflake is popping off of this black, but I went ahead and I thought I would go ahead and try it on the red too, and yeah, I actually liked it on the red as well. But when it came down to it, I really liked it on that black background just a little bit better with that foil popping off of that black. So what I'm going to do with the sign is I'm going to do a black sign, but I'm then also going to use the red in the same manner that this sign is on the front. I'm going to mimic that on the back with the red as well. So we'll just turn that over, and you'll notice I've already taken my command strips off, and we're going to give this a good coat of this Waverly ink chalk paint, and then we'll come back in with the crimson border. This chalk paint is so amazing. It's nice and thick, so you want to make sure that you go in one direction and you do smooth it out because we are putting a decal on top of this. And then you'll notice here I came in with the crimson and I sort of just dry brushed all the way around. Anytime that I got to a point where I felt like I got too much paint in one place, I turned the brush onto its side and sort of rubbed it over that area just to kind of smooth it down. And this is how the border turned out. And I think for my coffee bar for the winter, with that pop of red that I'm looking for in certain parts of my coffee bar, this is going to be really good. So as I said, I did go ahead and I cut out the words, and I'm actually going to use a combination of the sticky backing on these decals along with some Mod Podge to make sure it gets really adhered well to this sign. And honestly guys, I used I think 4 coverage of Mod Podge, 4 layers, but it finally held the way that I needed it to. So I started with the last word all the way over to the right, and the way that these words are written, the size of this font, literally these 3 words fit perfectly. I was very lucky that it worked out the way that it did. So I just took it off of the sticker backing and really used like the paper that it came on and that little CVS card and kind of pushed it down, but I ended up using my finger. I didn't want to scratch the foil that's on this sticker. And once I got it down to where I felt it was good enough, I came over all the way to the left and I started with the word warm. And then you'll see as these go along, I do the same thing, kind of push it down with my fingers. I'll get the word in the center, winter, placed down, and then we'll go in with Mod Podge. Now I did get lucky that some of the snowflakes were cut correctly, and I was able to use actually 2 of them out of the multitude of these snowflakes that came with this set. But also, truth be told, the sign would probably not accommodate more than the 2 that I used. But I went ahead and picked 2 of the best cut snowflakes from the sheet, and I go ahead and lay it down on the sign. And really that is when I started in with the Mod Podge, and I did put down a good generous amount of Mod Podge with each layer, and I did make sure that each layer dried as I went along with this project. This is one of these projects that you have to give yourself some time, and you have to have some patience. I know Mod Podge isn't everybody's favorite, but in the end, the way that I did this and the strokes that I used was straight up and down over the Mod Podge. It gave the foil sort of a galvanized look. So in the end, I was very pleased with how this project turned out. Take your time with it, go up and down, and always go in the same, same way, up and down or side to side. I went up and down. Give those layers time to cure. That's how you make sure that you use this correctly. And so what I was trying to say is, as you're doing each layer, make sure you go in the same direction. Me, I went up and down. The end result is more of a galvanized look on this foil, and I just absolutely love it. This is my coffee bar sign now, and the new sign will be in its place, and this is how it turned out. This will be my winter coffee bar sign for this season. I'm so excited to have it hung up here in a couple weeks. Guys, listen, if you're not a member of the Row Country family here on YouTube, please consider subscribing today. To my returning subscribers, thank you so much for your continued support and for watching my video today. Please give me a big thumbs up if you like this content that this video provided, and please leave me a comment down below and let me know if you'd like to see more of this type of content from me in the future. Until next time, everybody, thanks so much again. Bye.